Call the meeting to order, and it is, what is the time here? 4:11. And pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. So we're provided with an agenda. Why don't we take a look at the minutes and see if we can approve those? And then I'd like to switch some things around, and we'll have Mike, our head lifeguard, come up and talk about his needs, and then we'll go on from there.
Okay, so we're doing the 21st?
I don't think we can do the November 21st,
November, okay.
because I wasn't there.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
we have
vote
to.
to approve
Minutes of,
minutes of January 16th.
Yeah, we
So
can do.
moved.
Second?
all right, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Approved. So the November minutes we'll have to approve at our next meeting.
Mhm.
All right. Mike, would you like to come up?
How's it going, everyone?
Good.
So basically, I'm just kind of reiterating what Dana's already sent out to everyone in the beach committee. You know, we have a list of items that the lifeguards need, and this is also to the beach rule sign. I don't know if you guys have it printed
Sure.
out.
Yep.
And then basically, you guys also too have the lifeguards for 2025.
Yep.
So, our candidates as well, so.
Okay. And I provided a list of the lifeguards to everyone. The two lifeguards I saw, Coltrane and the other here.
Yeah, AJ,
Yep,
they haven't responded yet, yeah, we're working on it.
great.
So, yeah.
All right. And you're working on a schedule?
Yeah, I actually have I already made a schedule pretty much of what it would look like.
Yep.
So, we would basically need approximately 13 guards, or
Yep.
12 guards actually, I think, this year. So yeah, it pretty much all set on the scheduling part.
Okay.
And then we have obviously some ready, you know, in the application pool as well, so,
Okay,
which is down below, you can see.
great. And what does that give us each day? I know we
6
were-
guards,
Okay.
6 guards each day,
And we were talking about starting.
with 4.
Okay,
Starting with 4 guards Saturday, Sunday, Monday for the Memorial Day, and then 4 guards Saturday, Sunday up until the second week of June, I should say.
yep,
And then we go from there and have the 6 guards
Okay.
on continuously weekends and weekdays. So,
yep,
yeah.
great. And I know that you've been working with Dana and putting together a list of items that you need in terms of first aid and other items.
Yeah.
And I have a copy of all of that.
It's pretty much the same list that we discussed in January,
Sure,
so
all right.
not much has changed with that.
You guys have done a great job of breaking it down. I think the concern of the committee was just that we're limited in terms of funds up until July 1st. So out of these items tonight, we can approve the lifeguard stand that you guys are working with Diamond on, so we can get that underway and get a new lifeguard stand, which will be good. And then at our April meeting, we can go over these additional items and hopefully get those approved so we can have them for your start day.
Because, like we discussed, you know, the main thing, which hopefully it's approved in April, is the first aid kits, because
Right.
our first aid kits are in dreadful condition, so.
And you need 3 first aid kits.
And then first aid packs for the guards.
Yep, and
And that-
$60 per kit.
Yeah.
So $180 for the first aid kits, and then 15 first aid packs. All right, great. And you had sent over you guys are going to be meeting sort of as an orientation?
Yes, May 10th, I believe, is the date. I could be wrong, but,
Yep. I do
So-
have that.
which I think
And
we came to the decision, 3 hours.
tell me a little bit about that.
Basically, all of that consists of, we're going to have Glenn from the fire department come down, do a safety tutorial with us, different things on CPR, just refresh our minds. And then, do a little probably PowerPoint presentation on the rules of the beach, what to do, basically how our day works normally. And then we'll go to the beach and do some drills, make sure we're shipshape, ready to go for the start of that Memorial Day.
So May 10th, it would be a Saturday, you would have Glenn Noons
I could be wrong. I think it's May 10th. I don't know.
I-
That's
Yeah,
what you
that-
have.
Okay, yeah,
That's what
so,
it says.
for a pre-service training. Yeah, again, the concern is with our budget and limited amount of money and being able to start with the initial guards and then our start date. So if we can, I know you were requesting 4 hours, and Mike and I had discussed, I guess we would have to take a vote. He believes 3 hours they could get it done in.
that, or, I mean, I know I mentioned, I don't know if, I don't think you knew anything about it, but retroactive payment, I mean, I don't, once the new year starts, the fiscal year. So I don't know, but 3 hours, I think,
Yeah,
suffice.
Do it.
okay.
I
So,
know Sean was discussing 2, so that's a good compliment.
That's what
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
It's a
yeah,
good compliment.
he wanted 2, they wanted 4, so maybe 3, meet in the middle. So I guess we need to take a vote on the lifeguard stand. We have the total amount of the lifeguard stand.
2,600, I think.
Yeah, and we need to take a vote on that, whether to approve it or not. And then I guess we should take a vote on the other items that they're requesting.
These 2.
Yeah, I would recommend that we hold off until the April meeting, just so we have a full board.
Okay.
And most of the items we can order, and it'll be a quick turnaround. So I think I provided the total,
What's the amount of the lifeguards? Where's
the
that?
amount of the lifeguard stand.
I think it's 2,600.
It is.
Yeah,
I've got it here somewhere.
yeah, somewhere.
That's just
Oh,
material.
yeah, I've got an issue.
That's just materials, because Diamond's building it for us. so
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I will so move, 2,600.
So, we'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the items to build the lifeguard stand with Diamond Regional Vocational Technical High School. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I second this
Aye.
motion.
All right. So
Okay.
that passes. And then the remaining items, do we have to make a motion to hold off on those items until the April meeting? Or do you want to just hold off on them until the April meeting?
Well, he really needs the kits.
The
Can
first
we
aid
divide-
kits?
Yeah, the kits and the packs.
Okay.
I would feel comfortable voting on that.
All right, so that would be $180.
$480.
$480. Okay,
I'll make a motion.
okay. So,
Second.
all right, I'll vote in favor.
Aye.
Aye. That's approved. And then I know Sean has been working on the, I think preliminarily, the parking lot and making some changes down there.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So-
these have been down with Chris a couple of times.
I think it's probably appropriate that we wait for him to discuss that
Yeah,
at our
absolutely.
next meeting. And at that time, we can talk about the.
The sign.
The sign, because I guess there is an old sign.
There
that
is a
needs new
sign, and it
post.
needs a new post.
Now, let me ask you this, that sign, if, from my recollection, that pretty much just says the dogs can't be on the beach from April 16th to September 15th, correct? or am I mistaken?
Let's find out the verbiage that's on it. I can go down there and look. Is the sign there and the post is not, or is it?
I think it's there.
I think the
Yeah.
sign's there, yeah.
There.
I'm pretty sure it
It's
just,
dilapidated.
I go down
nah,
there.
I'm pretty sure it just talks to the dogs.
How much would this sign itself cost?
The highway department would make
Well,
it.
the highway department makes it.
Okay, so
We said we,
whether we get a new one or we keep the old one, it's not gonna cost us anything.
that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you guys this, I'm just very curious. These rules on that sign, is there any adjustments you guys would like to make on that, or?
Well, and if it's not clear some other place,
Which, these are the things that aren't clear, some other place.
well, I would say, after beach parking lot opens, I'd say permit required.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
a good
like
You know,
that.
just say it again.
Yeah, absolutely, that's a good one.
And I do like that you have, don't, stay off the sand dunes. It seems like they're always going in there. So permit required. And where would we put the sign?
We put the sign right where pretty much the old sign is, right in the beginning of the parking lot, And, I mean, if need be, we could get two, one for when you enter the beach and then one in the parking lot, So
Okay.
it's really up,
Yeah,
for discussion.
I,
but-
I don't like too many signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
Yeah, so we could just do
well, do
one.
you do it at the beginning of the path?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right where I'm pretty sure where the old sign, or
Yeah,
the sign is now, so we
Yeah,
would just
everybody
replace it.
Goes by it.
Yeah.
So I guess at this point, we can either vote on creating a new sign, or we could go down, I can go down there, take a look, take a picture of the sign that's existing, and then bring it to the next meeting, and then we can make a determination on
Sure.
what'll go on the sign, how we go about replacing it, but I think it makes sense in terms of the rules and responsibilities of the patrons. Great. And anything else?
I have an issue on the Mass Audubon.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and we received this.
We have too few parking places as it is.
Okay,
This thing called carpooling, and they can use one vehicle.
okay. Is it for, I guess that was,
This is for the people to monitor
Yeah.
the birds.
yeah, do they send two at a time to monitor the birds, or is it one?
I've seen both. I've seen
Yeah.
two and I've seen one, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Usually, I'm not gonna lie, it's usually one,
yeah,
but I have seen two in the past, but very rarely.
okay. So would you like to make a motion?
I
that
would like to
we
make a
amend it
motion to amend it to one vehicle, they can carpool.
Okay.
It's so limited down there, it's not,
It is.
if everybody else has a problem,
All right,
let's
I'll-
be fair.
I'll second that. And Woody?
No. All, aye.
All in favor? Aye. All right, so one parking spot.
And that was my only issue.
All right. And that's for the
Now, is
ongoing...
that, so that's not so they can use that in any car? Is that
Yeah, I
correct?
think it's a placard that,
Placard.
The placard that
not a
goes with
sticker.
yeah.
the- Right.
Okay.
And they did mention,
To my knowledge, it is a placard.
that's what it mentioned in here,
Okay.
a placard.
What it says.
Yeah. I guess we can get further notification on what it is, and that's for the piping plovers, I believe, the endangered species monitoring at the town beaches. All right. Well, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
We got your lifeguard stand.
Yep,
So thank
absolutely.
you for the work there.
Thank
and-
you for everything. I really appreciate it, all you guys do. I guess I just have just one question. So the parking lot's gonna be done. Do we have like a date on that, or I'm just curious.
I don't, I know that it's something that the chairman has been working on. So I think it's something that we can bring up at the April.
April meeting? Okay.
I just don't have any information on it. I know he's been talking about it the last couple of meetings, so let's see where he is. And, I mean, if anybody has any suggestions, but,
Yeah, okay, that sounds good. Just because we don't want that money going to waste because it basically becomes acclimated back to the town, correct?
sure. How about the packets that you guys have for the lifeguard applicants? Is there like an employment application packet that you give everyone to fill out, or?
Yes, but I don't think we've done anything with that yet. Like, we haven't printed them out or anything, or
Yep,
we're not, I don't think we're quite there yet, but, yeah, we usually kind of give out just like a little packet with, the beach rules, a lifeguard manual, the EPA, I should say, or no, the EAP, Emergency Action Plan, so, just that.
all right, super. All right, well, let's stay the course, and we'll meet back at our April meeting.
What date is that?
The third Thursday at 7. So,
That one's gonna be at 7?
I believe so.
Okay.
It's probably around the 18th.
Yeah, it is the 17th.
There we go.
There you go,
April
close.
17th.
April 17th.
Yep.
You want to vote on November 21? Joel?
Oh, yeah. Now
We're
that
here.
Joel's here.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
You can vote on.
Yeah, let's.
Take a vote.
Make a motion to approve the minutes,
Sit on.
November 18th.
The meeting
November
minutes for
Minutes,
November 18th, which we.
21st November.
I have somewhere here. I can give you a copy of.
November 21st.
There we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all set with that. I'm ready to go positive.
All right. All
Yes.
in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so we passed both minutes. Great, thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Perry. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Thank
We'll be
you.
in touch.
Thanks for all you do.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's been great. I think the lifeguards have given us a pretty detailed list of what they need, and Mike's been great as a head guard in terms of.
Oh, it looks
staying
like
on top of
everybody,
that.
like the ones they've got have all been there.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. No, yeah, we're gonna have
Right
a lot
now,
of
they
returning
might
guards.
have one new one, maybe.
Yeah,
That's it.
tough, I think they're waiting on 2 guards to get back to them, but we should be in good shape. And the only other thing that we received was this Mass Autobahn request, and it asked for us to sign it, but I think it's just the chairman
Chairman,
who
yeah.
signs it, so we'll have to speak to the chairman about that.
We make a motion the next time to approve and
Yeah.
have them sign it.
All right. And then I did receive a request, which I sent along to the chairman as well, to participate in a research study being conducted by UMass Amherst focused on interpretation of water quality. So it seems like they're doing a program where they test the water and want to work with the town of Westport. So I've sent that along to the chairman to review, and then we can bring that up at the April meeting as well. I can follow up.
Will they be testing the river?
I think they said, I would imagine, because we have the beach,
Yeah,
the
it's
baby
the
beach.
every sort of beach.
Yeah.
Beach
Or
club
river,
has a
ocean. yeah.
test.
Now, the people that test the water for the Board of Health, would that,
I would imagine they,
I'm not sure it's the same.
yeah, this is
Okay.
separate, but it seems like they want to collaborate with them.
okay,
And they want to meet with
Because I think there was a
everybody.
fee
for the other?
to have the tests done,
To test the water, yeah.
and
It doesn't get into any of that. I think it is a research study. She's a second-year PhD student in the Department of Environmental Conservation at UMass Amherst. And the project about transition from traditional grab sampling methods to advanced auto sensor technology for water quality. So, seems interesting, but maybe something I can send an email to her, let her know, we'll bring it up at our April meeting, and I'm in favor of it, but I guess it's something we should bring up as a whole.
That
We-
would be my only question.
All right, and we received one email about a parking permit, and they had purchased a new vehicle, and they had to switch it, so I sent that to the town clerk. But other than that, we were in good shape. Sean is not here to talk about the landscaping, but he did mention that he was looking into it and making some changes down there at the request of the Board of Selectmen. I know we talked about it at our last couple of meetings, and I'm not sure where that stands, but I think that's why you wanted to hold off on the other items that they were looking for, the lifeguards, so we could see where we were with that. Yeah. All right, and that brings us to unanticipated issues. Anyone?
Yeah, I wanted to have this email, maybe you could talk to me about it. I don't know if this is the appropriate place.
His answer.
Oh, yeah, that was between the Recreation Department, who's, they're really assisting us with the human resource aspect of the lifeguards. So last year, I think it was last year, right? We were in a situation where we didn't have any returning lifeguards, so we were sort of scrambling to try and find them and put together refresher courses so they could get their lifeguard certification and their first aid, yada, yada, so.
I just have a question, is this anything I should be concerned about?
Right now, no, I think the town administrator and the chair and the recreation department are working on sort of ironing out the details.
Yeah, I think there was some, well, one of the emails talked about just getting expenses approved by,
Right, that's what.
Sort of the process,
yeah,
you know?
it was just about
It's supposed
process.
to
Yeah.
come before us.
Yeah.
Did the beach committee go out and spend money without permission?
No,
Well, it was-
they
it was-
did.
I think it may have been.
No,
Yeah.
the
That's the way
recreation,
that's the way it sounded.
No,
Well,
the
I think it may
recreation
have been the
committee.
recreation director was
They-
spending
Yeah.
money.
Oh,
yeah.
good for
I mean, it
us.
was, yeah, we're not arguing about the money, we're just arguing about the process.
The
Process, yeah.
process, the
It should
procedure.
come before us, and we should take a vote on it.
Putting the cart before the horse.
I think the issue was they needed to order the materials in order to build with Diamond, because they were on a schedule. So they were pressed for time, and I think the Recreation Department worked with the town administrator to get it all approved. But,
All right.
But as I emailed the town
Turf
administrator,
war.
Yeah.
I fully agree
A
with
turf
our
war.
chairman, because it is for us to decide and vote, and then she can go ahead with whatever we vote.
Yeah.
And she was putting the cart before the horse and spending our money with his approval, with us not knowing anything. If we had been at least notified that, hey, there's a rush, if we don't get this approved, we're gonna, we can't get the chair,
yeah, maybe have a
It-
special meeting.
it would have been
Yeah, we
a little bit better,
Phone call.
Yeah.
okay?
And I think they've been great in terms of.
Oh, absolutely,
Helping us out, because
absolutely.
I can remember texting all the applicants and trying to pin them down, so to have that off our plate, I think is a good thing, but maybe they need to iron out what her responsibilities will be and
It's
her
all
role.
about the purse,
Yeah,
really.
and that we follow the process, so I think,
I think Sean has made it clear that,
yeah. Okay,
and I did reiterate it with Jim.
all right. All right, well, if there are no other issues, do you have any?
I don't.
Not today.
I don't have
Apologize for being late. I knew it this morning,
Yeah.
I knew it last night.
Okay, yeah, we're glad you're
This
here.
is-
Clock and I'm going,
At least we were able to approve those minutes for November, so that was good. And we got the lifeguard stand underway, so that's good. All right, so I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I second it.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.